people are not going to forgive us if we don't ensure that some people who have stolen resources wantonly from the Treasury, they're not brought to account, the people of this country. And I believe that goes for all the people, whether they are APNU or PPP. And therefore, we'd have to pursue that the accountability in a professional way, objective way, not a vindictive way. Like identifying and because of some act, etc., in the past, saying targeting individuals. So that has to be done, but at the same time, we have to create the conditions so that we can move the country forward, and that requires us working together. And today I spoke with Granger, Mr. Granger, former president, and I expressed that desire, and he too. I think he pointed out that he's willing to engage with no agenda in the future once the declaration is made, and it has been made. Irfan Ali is now the president, to look at areas where we can work together. And so I'm happy for our country. I'm happy that our fledgling democracy, because we're not an old democracy. We had an extensive period where we were challenged, and then a return to democratic government, and then this huge threat. And we as a people, all of our people, all the political parties, the media, civil society, and the international community stood up for Guyana and for principles. And our democracy today is stronger because we withstood that test. We, the people of Guyana, said we are not prepared to live in a condition of subjugation. We want to live in a free country where we can choose our leaders freely and that the will of the people would be respected. And so I'm pleased because of that.
You've been appointed vice president. Are you expected to take up a particular portfolio?
We are still discussing this, but there are so many things that need to be done, and we want to get them done swiftly. And therefore, we are working on plans. The president at the inauguration will lay out the plans for the various sectors, but it's no secret about what is required at this point in time. We're suffering from a pandemic, and there seems to be no well thought out strategy how to get us out of it or allow us to cope with it. That has to be among one of the first priorities of the new government. And then clearly we have lost steam. Our economy is under stress, and we have to find a way to get people back to work, to get our businesses making money, and to get help to individuals who need help desperately because they've lost their jobs or something else. Those are immediate priorities. Oil and gas, another one, about how we plan in a bipartisan way, which hopefully we can achieve, how we chart the future of that sector. So I think we have been speaking about this already, and the president would lay out more plans about this in the future. So it should be. We're the next few months, the next year, half a year or so, will be half a year of intense work to take us back onto our growth trajectory. And we're cognizant of how much money has been spent, how much has been squandered, how the borrowing, and the state of the revenue. And it's not very encouraging.
Mr. Jagdeo, you've been Guyana's longest serving president. Why is it important for you to come back in government?
Frankly speaking, I did not want to. I did not throughout the campaign when your friend was saying around the country, you want him to be my vice president. I did not give a commitment. Maybe I wouldn't have been had we had an immediate transition. But given the reality of what took place, the pandemic and then the collapse of the economy and this attitude of bullyism, I think the experience I have must be deployed in a formal way at his disposal. In the past, I was more inclined to do it in an informal advisory capacity. But now what is required is immediate line control in some areas to make sure that things get done. And so that is why I've agreed.